Hey, it's Tyke. I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody and quickly talk about New Year's resolutions. So I understand for a lot of people that New Year's resolutions aren't really that important, or they're kind of forgotten about up until January 1st. But for those of you who are actually on top of your game and have decided they want to start the year with a big bang and really try and accomplish something this year, that's commendable, and I'm glad you actually put some time and effort and some thought into a goal that you actually want to achieve. So when we think of New Year's resolutions, we typically think of losing a certain amount of weight, or maybe quitting smoking or quitting drinking or something along those lines. But maybe if you're somebody who has already accomplished those things, or maybe you're not a smoker, or you're regularly going to the gym, or you've already accomplished the bigger types of goals, and maybe you don't know where you could actually still improve. And I can say for myself at least, I really do like to create things. I'm constantly trying to explore new ways to develop myself and to expand myself. And for me, these are some things that I would like to improve on, and maybe you could take something away from this as well. So starting off this year, you might want to ask yourself, what would you like to be known as? Or how could you make an impact this year? It doesn't have to be a huge impact or anything like that, but it could be something that you maybe have always wanted to try and do. So for me last year, something I really wanted to do was be known as a singer and put out music. And in my eyes, I feel like I accomplished that. I started out that goal a little bit before New Year's actually, so I had it in my mind in advance. But by February 14th, Valentine's Day, believe it or not, that wasn't actually planned, but it just happened, I'd actually released a CD that I had mixed and mastered and produced all on my own. And one of the reasons why I'm actually pretty proud of this goal is the fact that nobody was pushing me to do this. If I just didn't do it, nobody would have noticed, nobody would have known, and it wouldn't have actually mattered to anybody. But I did do it for myself. That's one of the things I've noticed about people when they have a resolution, is that if people do not validate them with regards to them completing their resolution, they'll just quit. So maybe ask yourself, is there anything that you really want to accomplish that you really want to do just for yourself? Maybe you're someone that's really shy. Maybe your resolution could just be talking to a stranger once a day, or maybe even once a week, just getting out of your comfort zone, trying it. Or maybe you've always wanted to learn a new skill, and maybe you want to learn how to sing, or learn how to play an instrument, or learn how to dance, or just something along those lines. And maybe it wasn't that there was actually a money or a time issue, it was more the fact that maybe you were just a little bit scared, or maybe a little bit nervous, because taking on a new skill, jumping into something that you've never ever done, can be extremely intimidating. And yes, it does take practice to get good at these things. I understand that. I'll say on a personal level that even doing something like this, it took me about 3 years to decide that yes, I want to do this. Actually no, it didn't take 3 years for me to decide I wanted to. It took 3 years for me to actually do it. So I can 100% relate with somebody who has, let's say, always wanted to be a singer. Like that's even something for me too that I found to be very difficult to just try and do. Because as much as it might kind of sound lame, a lot of us feel that we have these certain personas that we have to uphold, or that people view us in a certain way, so if we do something that's completely abstract, their perception of us will skew. But for some reason we think that that perception that is going to be skewed is always going to be a negative. And I can tell you from experience that for me getting out of my comfort zone and trying to do YouTube videos just like this, or picking up singing and playing instruments, or even going out and busking downtown Hamilton as much as I did even last summer, that was another big thing for me, just trying that. That's another thing I've wanted to do for years, just trying it. I can tell you right now that not a single thing that I've attempted has been turned into a bad decision or been a negative result. Everybody around has always been very supportive of anything that I've been attempting to do, whether I've been professional or only okay. Like I understand everybody wants to come right out of the gate and be really good at whatever they're gonna try to do. And some people, it's hard to take criticism, but unfortunately that's kind of a package deal. Like I see a lot of people who have really always wanted to get in shape and really do want to go to the gym, but they're afraid that people are gonna laugh at them if they don't know how to use certain machines, or the fact that they aren't already in perfect shape when they get there. But that's kind of the point of going, is to improve yourself. And like I said earlier, part of a resolution is to try and do it for yourself. So if people are going to laugh or not support you, it's just too bad for them. You gotta just kind of put the blinders on and just go. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I hope everybody had a really good New Year's, and I really hope this video got you thinking. Maybe you're somebody who has already achieved everything that you wanted to achieve, but in that case, why not try and take on more? There's always room for improvement. At least that's my mentality. If you're 100% satisfied, then of course, yeah, you've won in that case. But I guess the take-home message really is, don't be afraid to try something that you really wanted to do, because somebody else somewhere else might say something that might be negative. Don't shut down a passion, or don't stop trying to be the person that you want to be based on somebody else's opinion. Like even since I've started this, I've actually had a good handful of people contact me saying, good job for starting this, really proud of me, and I've actually inspired them to start their own YouTube channel. They've said things to me like this is something that they've always wanted to do, but they were just really nervous, they're really on the fence about it. But then seeing one of their friends just take it on, they realize it's not that scary. And you know what? It's really not that scary. Ultimately, yeah, I could ramble on forever about this kind of stuff, but I just want to say one last time, Happy New Year to all you guys. and hopefully you can start this year off with a bang and accomplish some of the things that you really wanted to try and do. And until next time, I will see you later. Peace. I know for a fact that I had no audience. I didn't post them to anything. They weren't on YouTube. Nobody had ever seen them. So in actuality, I say actuality all the time, but in actuality, I was talking to no one. There was no one, there's nobody here, obviously. There was no view counter going up on anything. Nobody commenting saying good job or bad job.